could a skilled business person make a difference to an African entrepreneur just by talking over the phone from the other side of the world? I asked this question 2 years ago, having worked in the Congo with the United Nations, where I was surprised to find that despite it being a conflict area, everybody had a mobile phone. This morning in Uganda, 100 people woke up and went to work. They did so because a network of skilled business people in 29 countries from every major culture on the planet spoke over the phone to 37 Ugandan entrepreneurs, equipping them with the skills they needed to create those jobs. I work full-time as a hedge fund manager, so I used my financial modelling skills to work with a Ugandan paper factory, help them increase their profits 20% and employ 29 more people. It's quite busy at work, so I employed a full-time manager in Uganda to run the charity. I trained her up over the phone, and 9 months later, I was able to meet her for the first time and visit Uganda for the first time in my life. I'm Coghlan, and I'm the Chief Executive of Grow Movement. We believe in the economic empowerment of the people in the developing world, and we bring people everywhere together to achieve it. But why should you care about Africa? For me, actually, unfortunately, it's been probably the appalling personal stories that I've all too often encountered. I met a young woman once, and when she was a child, she fled the Rwandan genocide with her parents. The genocidaries hunted down her uncle and great uncle. One of her best friends has a large scar right across her face from when, as a toddler, the genocidaries wounded her horribly and left her next to the bodies of her father and mother. For me, it's disgusting that this injustice exists, and I personally believe the world can do better. The conflict in Africa is just one symptom of extreme poverty. People fighting over scarce resources. For that to change, entrepreneurs have to innovate and create jobs. The problem is that innovation in a poor country generally means knowledge transfer, putting into practice skills that are already used elsewhere. And that means consulting. The average expatriate development consultant, that's the people you see in their SUVs on TV, costs £115,000 a year. That's a cost base entirely prohibitive to achieving anything at scale. At Grow Movement, we deliver the same amount of advice that costs on a conventional model £115,000 for £4,000. Just £4,000. And right now, we're delivering 150 hours of consulting a week to Uganda, mainly Uganda, but also Nigeria, Kenya, Malawi, Rwanda, and just from last week, Ethiopia. For the cost of one expatriate development consultant, we could provide consulting to 1,200 entrepreneurs, we could create 2,500 jobs, and we could raise the living standards of 38,000 people. This is the scalable solution to business skill shortages in Africa, and we've applied for funding from DFID to do exactly this. And I'm inspired to act in Africa because of the stunning potential of the African people. The young woman I've been telling you about is Violet Basingi. Today, she's 25 years old, and she's the head of operations at Grow Movement. She runs virtually everything we do, from recruiting and interviewing consultants to running all our international operations. She manages a team at any one time of 70 volunteers in 29 countries, from investment bankers in New York, to brain surgeons in Delhi, engineers in China, and accountants in Malawi. She uses her salary to study a degree in business in her spare time. And 2 months ago, she wrote a reference for one of our consultants who was applying to Harvard Law School. 2 weeks ago, she gave a speech to 300 entrepreneurs, and 125 of them immediately applied to Grow Movement. The next day, in response, the Ugandan privatisation minister, Aston Kajara, stood on the same podium and made a speech attended by the European Union ambassador, in which he formally recognised the work of Grow Movement of entrepreneurs in Uganda. I told Violet after that she inspired me, and I meant it. She told me that the minister was smart to talk about Grow Movement because it will make him famous. Can you think of a 25-year-old who's achieved more? Violet represents everything we stand for at Grow Movement. We believe that anybody, anywhere, with the right determination, the right coaching and a chance can achieve anything. And thanks to the Bulldog Trust, we're doubling our capacity from January to managing 140 projects at once. When Sana Kagiria, a young Kenyan girl, joins our team to work with Violet. We already have 120 consultants. We just need 20 more. At Grow Movement, we offered skilled business people everywhere the chance to serve and make a difference on the defining moral issue of our time. So please, by the end of this week, you speak to 2 of your friends, tell them about Grow Movement, and ask them to volunteer 2 hours of their time a week. Thank you.